Hey folks, welcome to Playing the Traffic. Today's episode is coming from my laboratory. And you know this episode is going to be about, the minute you see this hat, this episode is going to be about professional wrestling and my own personal memorabilia that I have that's literally made it to 2025 all the way from as early as 1981. 5 of my most favorite photographs that I've taken at professional wrestling events when I was a teenager. Folks, here's the thing. I'm about 8 subscribers away from 600. Whoever is my 600th subscriber, I'm going to send you an official Heels cap. Look at this thing. And I've been wearing this for a bit, so brand new Heels cap. Why not do that? To the 600th subscriber. So tell your friends. If you want the hat, tell your friends. And I don't know how I'm going to figure out who was the 600th subscriber, but I'm going to find a way to figure that out. And so that's that. So on my way to there. Okay, today's episode. My 5 most favorite photographs that I've taken at professional wrestling events. And folks, these are all photos taken at the Philadelphia Spectrum, because that's where I went for that's where I was when I was a youngster watching pro wrestling. And here we go. Kind of tough trying to get a good vision of this, but this is Don Morocco, the Magnificent Morocco. Let me get in tight. Bloodied. This was our go-to spot right by the railing. We usually get chased away. How old were we? So I was 17. Sorry for the glare on the glass. I was 17 years of age when I took this picture. This match happened October 22nd, 1983. This was a Fijian, sorry for the crotch vid. You can see the strap hooked to his wrist. Fijian strap match with Jimmy Snuka, October 22nd, 1983. Magnificent Morocco was the Intercontinental Champion at that time. And I love this. This is one of my favorite pictures. This next photo is actually probably this is probably my #1 picture I ever took. Sorry, there's no particular order here. I'm just going to take video of the ones on the wall, but this happened. This is my photograph of this professional wrestler. I took this. I happened to be ringside. No, I was not bawling out. I just happened to, some lady let us sit there. Maybe she was just really nice. She went to go take a break and went, oh, you can sit in my seat until I come back. And we just happened to see this. Big John Studd. Okay, let's get the date on this. I have the date and all for this. So this was actually a month prior to this match. This was the cage between Andre the Giant and Big John Studd. I have so many photos from this match. These pictures here that you're looking at right here were taken with a disc camera. Look that up, because that's an ancient piece of technology. But this literally is probably the greatest photograph I've ever taken. Right here. This match is actually made Coliseum video. It's been in there. I can see me taking the picture of Studd coming out the cage in the video, because it just was the greatest thing that ever happened for me when it comes to this. And I was 17 years old by a month when I took this photo. This with a disc camera. John Studd, look at this blade job. My goodness. Yeah. This shot here. Just seeing Andre get out of a car was unbelievable. I'm going to say this could have been as early as, no, this one was probably 1983 as well. This actually could have been the night he wrestled Studd in the cage. Look at Arnold Skolin in the background. But there's the old entryway, the old ramp to the inside of the Spectrum. Obviously, the talent entry level. But yeah, look at just seeing him get out of the car. The car was absolutely unbelievable. But that's what this one is. Andre the Giant entering the Philadelphia Spectrum from the talent entrance. 1983. Wow, a bloodied Hulk Hogan. You can see again on the other exit out of the ring. You can see that railing there. You can see the ring up top. This was a match that Hogan had with Andre the Giant, March 21st, 1981. I'm actually surprised he's even shaking somebody's hand. The kayfabe was so strong back then because he was definitely a heel at that point. This was pre-heel Andre. He was a face. But yeah, look, that was, and here's the key. Look at the square of it all. So this was a Instamatic pick. This camera is about as ancient as the cameras get for a person born in 1966. This one had a flash cube on the top. They used to spin around. You'd get, oh my God, it just was a whole thing. But that picture came out really good. And I was what? Phew, goodness gracious. I was 15? Oh, wait, I wasn't even 15. I was 14. And I got a little story about this night, but yeah, March 21st, 1981. 14 years of age. Wow. And final picture for this episode is Sergeant Slaughter leaving the cage with referee Dick Worley to his left side of the picture, and the notorious Mel Phillips, who's been involved in so much bad legal stuff with Ring Boys, is what it is. But Slaughter leaving the cage, bloodied. There goes the old railing. You knew it was a Spectrum event if you saw those railings. When you saw them, you knew it was a Spectrum show. But this match here was between Sergeant Slaughter and Bob Backlund, steel cage match. Again, March 21st, 1981. And I don't know if I was even allowed on SEPTA, but here's a side note. SEPTA was on strike when this happened. They still ended up with 17,500 people. They booked the heck out of the Spectrum. Philadelphia supported this stuff, so it was so big. It was so big. 17,000 for this during a SEPTA strike too. And yeah, there it is. The one and only Sergeant Slaughter. Might have been one of the most notorious bladers. I don't know if he was one that used aspirin to thin his blood. I have no idea, but my goodness, some of the blading, and boy, he really was something else. I know. Check this guy. Check it. There you go. You know you're living back in the early 80s, late 70s if you got that fat comb in your back pocket. There it was. The comb, Mel Phillips, Dick Worley, and a bloodied Sergeant Slaughter. March 21st, 1981. A steel cage match with Bob Backlund. Woo! Sweet this one was, folks. Short and sweet. Just a little of the, just a little memory. I'm so glad these pictures are still with me. They've had different existence over the course of 40 years, 50 years. I'm 58 now. Some of them were when I was 14, and still got them, and proud of them. And I got more. I'll do another episode at another point. But I hope you enjoyed this. Well, please share your moments. That's really one of the biggest points of me with my channel. Just people sharing your thoughts their memories of their photographs that they took when they were a youngster. And don't forget, folks, 600 subscriber. I'm sending you an official Heels hat. Just, my goodness. They're the best. They came out so great. I got them a couple years now. I've had these. But I got a whole bunch of brand new ones. 600 subscribers getting a hat. I'm currently at 592. And that's going to do it for this episode. I'll see you soon. Have a great day, a pleasant tomorrow. And bye-bye.